Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this tutorial on how to install a Joomla RocketTheme Rocketlauncher package to your hosting provider server. These same instructions would also apply to installing the core Joomla installation of 1.5 to 1.7 and higher. Now, to make this tutorial sweet and to the point, I'm going to assume you've done a few basic things this far, up to this point. The first thing is you want to create a domain folder under your hosting account provider. This is where we will upload the Rocket Launcher or core Joomla files to in order to install them. Usually it'll be www.demosite.com or something to that effect. The next thing you want to do is, using your hosting provider cPanel, is to create a mysql database as well as a user that you can assign to that database who has all privileges. Once you have done that, you want to be very careful to write down exactly the name of the user for the database, the user password for that database, as well as the name of the database itself. Then we want to make sure that you have uploaded to that domain folder your Rocket Launcher zipped package or your Joomla core zipped package. Once you've done that, the next step would be to extract that package. Once that is done, we will now begin with this tutorial. We begin by visiting the domain of our site where we have uploaded and extracted the core package files to. If we've done so successfully, we should see a standard Joomla installation screen. Following the instructions, we will choose the language. We will look to see that everything is good with our server. Once we're sure of that, we'll click Next, agree to the license, and now we will enter the details of our database details. In this case, our host name, most cases, will be localhost for most hosting companies. The next thing we will do is take our username, and in this case I have this already in a little text file I copy and pasted to earlier when I created the database username and passwords. So we'll take all three elements, the username, I need a password, and again this password is the password for the username, not the database itself. And then we'll take the name of the database and enter that as well. Then we'll click Next. It has some details here for an FTP layer if we'd like to use that, but in most cases we will not have to. So we'll just click Next. Now we'll enter some basic details about this site, all of which can be changed later. We'll just call this a demo site. We will give it an email. And create a password, which I'll just give this very basic one. Then under install sample data, we want to click yes, install sample data, which will basically be your Rocket Launcher package if that's what you're using. And then once we've completed this step, we hit next. Once we've done so, we can make sure that we remove the installation directory or folder entitled installation in our directory where we installed this, as that could be a potential security risk if we do not. So we'll go ahead and do that. Click on installation, hit delete, hit OK. And after we've done that, we'll go back to our web installer, click on to see the front end of the site, and we shall see loaded before us a successful installation of a Joomla RocketTheme Rocketlauncher package. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any questions, please feel free to message us with more questions. Thank you.